My name is Elena. I am 22 years old, and I live with my mother, Martha, in a small house. My father passed away when I was only 12. Since then, my mother raised me all alone. When I was younger, I never understood her pain. I used to make fun of everything she did: her simple clothes, her way of speaking, her silence, and even her tears. I thought she was old-fashioned and boring. I desperately wanted a mother who looked stylish and smart like the other girls' mothers. I never realized how much she suffered to give me a better life. Every morning, she woke up before sunrise to work as a cleaner in a school. She came home exhausted, her hands rough and her feet swollen. Yet she always smiled when she saw me. She never complained, but I never thanked her. Instead, I often shouted at her. One day, I came home from college feeling angry. Some girls had made fun of me because of my simple clothes. They said I looked poor. I cried the whole way home. When I walked through the door, my mother was cooking rice. She looked up and smiled warmly. "Elena, come eat," she said. "You must be tired and hungry." I looked at her with rage and shouted, "Why do you always make the same food? Why can't we ever eat something nice? Why can't you be like other mothers who wear nice clothes and cook tasty meals? You embarrass me." Her smile instantly vanished. She said nothing and turned back to the stove. I saw her shoulders shaking, but I ignored her tears. I went to my room and slammed the door. That night, I heard my mother crying in the next room. She tried to muffle the sound, but I could still hear her. I covered my pillows with my own, telling myself she was just being dramatic. The next morning, she cooked breakfast for me, as usual. She acted as if nothing had happened. This made me even more irritated. I didn't say sorry. I didn't even look at her. Days passed, and I continued to treat her coldly. I never noticed that she was growing weaker day by day. I never noticed her hands shaking when she cooked, or her voice breaking when she spoke. Then, one day, everything changed. It was a freezing winter morning. I woke up late and immediately shouted at my mother because my uniform wasn't ironed. She didn't reply. She was sitting on a chair, holding her head in her hands. "Mother, are you even listening to me?" I yelled. She didn't answer. I walked closer and saw her eyes were half closed. My heart stopped. "Mother? Mother!" I screamed, shaking her gently, but she didn't move. Terrified, I called the neighbors and they rushed her to the hospital. I stood in the hallway crying, my hands shaking uncontrollably. Finally, the doctor came out. He explained that she had collapsed due to severe weakness and stress. She hadn't been eating properly for days and had been working far too hard. My heart broke. I couldn't breathe. My mother was sick because of me, because of my cruel words, my anger, and my selfishness. When I saw her lying on the hospital bed with tubes in her arms, I couldn't stop the tears. Her face looked pale and her lips were dry. Yet when she saw me crying, she tried to smile. "Don't cry, Elena. I'm fine," she whispered. Her words made me feel even worse. Even while lying in a hospital bed, she was trying to comfort me. I sat beside her, held her hand, and cried like a small child. "Mother, I'm sorry," I sobbed. "I'm so sorry for everything I said. I didn't mean it. I was so stupid." She slowly raised her hand and touched my cheek. "I know, my child. I know you didn't mean to hurt me. Your mother will always love you." That day, I realized what real love was. I realized how blind I had been. I had spent years disrespecting the only person who truly loved me. After she came home from the hospital, I changed completely. I started helping her with everything. I cooked with her, cleaned with her, and spent time listening to her stories. I even started working a part-time job to help with money. One evening, while we were drinking tea together, she looked at me and smiled. "You've grown up now, my love," she said. Tears filled my eyes. "I should have grown up earlier," I replied. "It's never too late to change," she said softly. Since that day, I have never disrespected her again. I never raise my voice. Every time I look at her, I see the sacrifices she made for me, the sleepless nights, the empty stomach, the broken dreams. Now, when I see her hands, I don't see roughness, I see strength. When I hear her voice, I don't hear old words, I hear love. When I see her smile, I see the reason I am alive today. Sometimes I sit alone and remember all the times I made her cry. I wish I could erase the past, but I can't. I can only love her better now. Every morning when she wakes me up, I hug her first. I tell her, "Good morning, Mother. I love you." She laughs every time and asks, "What happened to my angry daughter?" And I tell her, "She's gone." My mother is not perfect. She never had a fancy job, never wore expensive clothes, and never spoke perfect English. But she gave me everything she could: love, care, and strength. I used to think she was weak. Now I know she is the strongest person I will ever meet. If you still have your mother, please love her. Don't make the mistake I made. Don't wait until you see her lying in a hospital bed to understand her value. Tell her today that you love her. Hug her while you can, because one day you might wish for that hug and find only silence. My mother is my pride. She is my whole world, and I will always love her.